Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Today, from Katowice 2022, it's going to be a Patreon match between Clem and Scarlett. Top right, we have Clem, the 18-year-old Terran player. And on the bottom left, we have Scarlett, the Canadian Zerg player. Scarlett has had a lot of success in her career, but she's kind of fallen off lately. But she's here at Katowice. And I kind of feel like she's going to give Clem everything that he can handle in this game. Anyway, no proxies, no pull first plays here from either Scarlett or Clem. 16, 18, 17 timing here from Scarlett, and 1 Rax expand timing from Clem. Reaper expand timing based on the refinery that's coming up. And Terry the Overlord scouting, saying hello to the female Carrick. Yes, indeed. The Carrick says, good morning to you too, Terry. And yeah, this is going to be the Patreon cast of the week for my StarCraft 2 fans over at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin. So if you're watching this the week of April the 8th, thank you very much for supporting me out there for at least $1 a month. And if you're watching this in May, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. So nothing crazy happening here. There's a Reaper on the way. Expansion timing now from Clem. Very nicely done. About, 400 minerals on the nose there. Or the 3. So yeah, Reaper going to cruise on out. We're going to name the Reaper SCV Scouting. Always good to do that. Come in and see what's going on. All right, see what's happening here. And ka-chow. Reaper coming out. Reaper's name is the Mods, a group of impoverished street rats that were known for their immaculately cared for swoop bikes for their limbs with droid parts. They complained they could not afford the water prices. The Dominion offered them a job in the Reaper program if they could not find other work. They refused. The Mods were then arrested for sucking the life and interest from every scene they were in. I mean, for obviously lying they could not afford water when they could afford to keep their gaudy swoop bikes looking perfect on a desert planet. Book of Boba Fett reference. Yeah. Ugh. Robert Rodriguez, man. I don't know about letting him direct any more Star Wars. Book of Boba Fett was for the first several episodes, and then it turned into The Mandalorian Season 3, and then it was awesome. So, it's an interesting show. I've never seen a show about face like that so hard in my life. 2 kills, though. Nicely done here, the Mods, who are all crammed into a Reaper suit. You guys know how to shoot stuff, I guess. Third command star on their way from Clem, sub 3 minutes, way sub 3 minutes. Scarlett's third is coming up as traditional sub 3 minutes as well, closer to 2:30 or so. And both players just kind of settling in for a long macro game here. No intent to be crazy aggressive by any stretch, but 2 barracks, and no starport yet. So a 2 barracks factory, maybe I would say a 2-on-1, except there's a command center in here, so this isn't a 2-on-1 because that's a 2-base play, and it's very aggressive. It can be hard for Zerg players to deal with if they don't see it coming, but it's not what this is. So getting some Hellions for harassment. The Reaper can't do it all by themselves in this game because they are the Mods. God, remember the scene when one of the Mods does a completely unnecessary 360 and then shoots this dude off the roof? I don't know. Star Wars is often silly. Star Wars isn't always self-serious, but man, the Mods just do not feel like they belong in Star Wars. They belong in a different universe. Maybe like a Spy Kids movie. Robert Rodriguez, put them in your new Spy Kids reboot, huh? How's about that? Oh, catching some transferring drones there. And then getting right into the natural line. These guys are all going to die. They know it. And Reaper goes down. Mods are dead. Hellions are dead. Pretty good micro there from Scarlett. Not the best I've ever seen, but only 1 drone goes down. And 6 lings. That could have been a lot worse. I thought for sure that 1 Hellion hit. Okay, did way more damage than 1 drone, but nope. Creep tumor sniped, though. Well played there by Clem. So yeah, Clem higher on the Oligulac ratings. So has had a better 2021 into this 2022 season than Scarlett has, but I don't know. It's any one game, right? They're both close enough in skill that anybody can win this thing. And I'm curious to see where we go with it. Lair timing here from Scarlett at about 4.5 minutes. There's now a starport coming up from Clem. So he's got a good number of Marines here, but he's just not really going to be able to do any kind of drop harassment or anything for some time. like he still needs to produce medevacs, which does take some time as well. So Scarlett's queen count is looking pretty fantastic. Another tumor gets sniped. I like this. Clem being active with the Hellions, you gotta do that stuff. Like, if you're a Terran player in TVZ and all you do is kind of sit back and let the Zerg player do whatever they want, you're gonna have a bad time. So that's why we always see the professional Zerg players running out, harassing, trying to pick off creep tumors, trying to kill queens, trying to kill lings that venture out off the creep, where the Hellions can handle them a little bit easier than on the creep. Third base lands here from Clem. And these lings are sneaky. I kind of see them heading up this right side as the fourth base comes in from Scarlett on this high grounds position. Traditional location here on Hardwire. Double NG Bay coming in. We're not meching. Clem is going for the Marines, the Marauders, the Widow Mines, I'm guessing. Combat shields on the way, and here comes the drop at about 540. And no tank support here. Interesting. There's the tank on the way, but I mean, it's not going to be here part of this push. So that's the thing. You can show up at random different times at your Zerg opponent's front door, and they have to account for every one of those weird times, and this is one. Like, oh, okay, you showed up before 7 minutes, just with Marines, no siege tank support at all. So, like, okay, chose wrong here, did Clem. If there was a base here, I think Scarlett would have been in a lot of trouble. But as it stands, Lings and Queens trying to defend. The transfusers are really good. Clem picks up, boosts on into the main base. Oh, there's a spore there, and we're just going to get on out. We're just going to get on out here. This is actually only the second game ever that I've cast between these two players on my channel, so they don't... I mean, I guess they wouldn't know each other particularly well. Scarlett plays on the NA ladder, the Americas ladder, and Clem's on the EU. So, you know, neither of these players have a ton of practice against the other one, which makes things interesting. Right? Scarlett is one of those players that will use Mutalisks in a way that I was going to say not many other Zerg players would, but more and more Zerg players are starting to use Mutas in TVZ. Mutaling Bane, it's more of a Heart of the Swarm, Wings of Liberty style strat, kind of fell out of favor, especially with all the lurker play we've been seeing lately in ZVT, but I don't know. Is Scarlett going to get there? I love the macro hatch play. I like these Banelings sneaking up this way. Do we have? We have. Went really fast for centrifugal hooks. Overlord sniped. Goodbye, Terry. And then Banelings rolling in here might not be too bad. I mean, this is a great wall of supply depots. We've seen, Maru does this, Clem does this, obviously. Innovation does this on this map. It's a lot of supply depots, but preventing Banelings from being able to easily come in here is worth. And just having a bunch of supply is nice too. Not that he's like oversupplied or anything. Lings, Banes, Queens, and the Banelings show up and you pick up and you get out. That's your visual indicator, Terran players. If you're there attacking on creep and you see the Banelings show up and like just on the edge of your vision, just pick up and go. It's time to leave is what it's time to do. Yeah, a little low ground harassment here. A couple drones go down on the fourth base of Scarlett. Medevacs might accidentally scout these Banelings. Oh. Does he see this? He sees a Baneling there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he saw that. Oh, that's tricky. So Clem got his double-pronged attack stuff set up here, right side, top side. Gonna get these creep tumors. By that I mean, really wants to kill queens more than anything else, which is fair. Keeping the queen count low can really just lead to a win for you at this stage of the game. And yeah, Clem's micro is just some of the greatest. Ugh. Some of the greatest in the world. These Banelings are hiding. They're like, please don't find us. Please don't find us, all of these Marines. We will never be able to survive off creep if you're shooting at us. And stutter stepping especially. So Clem going to set up down here with siege tanks. Love that play. Getting in here before the tank setup is nice. But nah. Unloading Marines on the high ground so the siege tanks have that vision. Medevac's providing that as well. Spore gets focused down. A couple drones going down here. The Banelings get into the third base. 5 SCVs go down. Some damage goes down on that orbital too, but nothing too crazy. From Clem. Resources, 83 workers for Scarlett and 64 for Clem. Scarlett is one of the better macro players in the world for sure. Banelings off creep. Hydra's causing some extra damage here. The medevacs are pretty scared. Dude, no. Why are you still in here? I don't know about this choice to still try to make this happen. Okay, all right. Clem decides he's got this thing, but oh, medevacs getting focused down. A couple of medevacs go down there. Attack on the top side here. 4 medevacs have died. Probably fewer than I expected, but hey. And then this group on its own, when there's only one attack coming, and it's Clem, you feel better about things. For sure. Medevac's trying to sneak into the main base. Are we making Widow Mines at all? No. Every time I cast a CVT, I'm like, you gotta make Widow Mines. You're just gonna get good value out of them the vast majority of the time. Every time, no. But most of the time, I feel like, yeah, they're pretty cheap. They do splash damage, they hit air and ground. Your opponent's going Mutalisks. They gotta be very careful. Adrenal glands on the way. Vipers in production here too. Hydras try to fight on their own. Hydra's not that great here. They need the Lings and the Banes to provide additional DPS. And kind of tanking as well, because the Hydras are pretty squishy. There we go. Oh, one tank hit. Coming back down, tank on the high ground. Continuing to harass here, but pushing Clem away from this base is extraordinarily important as well. That Adrenal is such a good upgrade. The Seismic Spine's coming in. We are going for the Lurker stuff. Not that there are any yet, but they will be produced soon. Scarlett doesn't have a ton of money for that Lurker transformation. But, I mean, you don't get Seismic Spines and Adaptive Talons. Come on. If you don't have plans to make Lurkers, I guess. Love the Nidus Network play here, too. And the Vipers are extremely important. Are we going Ghosts, at least? Yeah, so Ghost Academy coming up here from Clem. Got himself a nice Sim City here. Got barracks, factories, starports, etc. Does take down. God, is this like a 4th base or a 5th base? I don't even know what it is. So sacrificing 2 tanks for it. Oh, good hits though. 7 kills. Why are these banelings killing this? What is happening? Scarlett, no. You got Clem let you have that siege tank. Okay, abducting that one over the rocks was nice. Okay, this one should be dead, and it's dead now. But it should have been dead like 15 seconds, all right, 20 seconds ago. Man. All right, well, Clem's got a 4th base at the 12 o'clock here. It's a planetary. Obviously, another command center coming in for him. We're getting into some late game ZVT shenanigans here. Clem trying to put that pressure up. He's been able to kill 9 drones and a hatchery today in 12 minutes, which is really not bad. It's not really enough to put Scarlett on such a back foot that she's not going to be able to compete with the incoming hordes, right? The incoming Marines that are working on +3. Ghosts are on the way now, too. As is the tradition. More tanks, more ghosts, no Widow Mines. And look, I don't know who wins this game because I don't watch them before I cast them, but I just feel like, most of the time anyway, I just feel like if you make, well, Nidus Worm's dead. If you make Widow Mines and incorporate them into your strategy in a TVZ, you're gonna be happier? It'll make you happier. Right, so tank's down, but my gosh, those Hydras need to get out of there. Lurker dies. I'm not sure how much Lurker participated there, but Viper is flying away too. Big Ling attack into this 3rd base. Supply depot wall knocked down. Clem is not supply blocked. Still has 200 available supply despite losing like 6 supply depots. So that goes to show how many command centers he has and how many depots he has elsewhere. They're providing that all-important supply. More Lurkers on the way. And Clem just kind of happily sitting here on 5 bases. Probably expand top left next. Maybe right side 3 o'clock. We'll have to wait and see. And traditional Ling, Bane, Lurker, Viper stuff here. Although, there's 8 Banelings, so it's not crazy good. Changelings. Let's see how fast it takes Clem to recognize these changelings are here and execute them. Not actually. There we go. Oh, this one gets to live. These 2 get to live. Dude, Clem, your awareness is not super hot right now. Snipe! Snipe, 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 snipe. Probably the best spell. Wow, the best spell against Zerg that Terran has is Snipe. EMP is probably more important against Protoss, but Snipe's so good against Zerg. You can one-shot Hydras. You can 2-shot Lurkers, do tons of damage to Ultralisks. It ignores armor. It does a huge chunk of burst damage, and that's exactly how you kill the high HP, high armor targets like the Ultras, and it's why the Ultras kind of fallen out of favor in this matchup, right? I love Ultralisks, but by golly. I mean, I think the Pylon show... I think it was the Pylon show. Snipe, 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 snipe. They did a tier list for StarCraft 2 units currently, and Ultras were like tier Z. Like, the worst possible tier, all by themselves. And it's just because every race has an amazing answer to them. Right? Ghosts are incredible against Ultras. Lurkers are incredible against Ultras. Snipe, snipe. Wow, Scarlett's like, I'm tired of getting sniped. I was going to push your face right now. So Clem pulls back, deals with it, no problem at. He's not, you know, he's not stressed whatsoever. And then Protoss has Immortals that just absolutely crush Ultras. Liberators do too. Right, if you're a Terran player, like dealing with Ultras, Liberators do those big-time hits that ignore armor. Yeah, the snipe, snipe, snipes. Snipes, boys. But Scarlett's okay. She's got 3,000 minerals and 4,500 gas in the bank. Is maxed out. Scarlett, I don't know. Dragging health off of this hatchery at the 9 o'clock and turning it into energy. I don't know if that's... I'd rather see the Viper doing it at a base that's kind of further deeper into Zerg territory, but then you have to go deeper into Zerg territory to get your energy back. So it's tough. It's a really, really tough thing for sure. So +3 missile attack is on the way. Going for them lurkers. Building armor is coming in. Additionally, it gives you extra slots for bunkers, which I don't think we have any bunkers for Clem. If he ever had a bunker, he's probably salvaged it at this point. Bunkers are just not comparable to having planetaries. Hey, look, that top left base Clem is getting that I said he would get next. Excellent. High-sec auto-tracking, +3 vehicle weapons, now that the Marines and Marauders and Ghosts have 3-3. All that good stuff. What are we splitting for? We're an SCV at the front. That's interesting. Wow, just going for it. Scarlett says, when it's time to go, it's time to go. Splitting her forces up, going to take down this planetary. At the very least, not really winning this battle on the low ground, though, but if we're not microing, okay, stop microing for a minute, the 13 SCVs go down. The planetary does get finished off here. The tanks are wiped out, too. Adrenal glandlings are really good at DPS here, continuing to push on in. Going to take down another siege tank. Scarlett's up 163 to 146 supply. And another tank is going to die. Can they save it? The answer is not even close. Turrets and sensor towers. Lings and Hydras, just the two damage dealers of this army. Going to shut that down. And Clem's kind of, I mean, he's got another sensor tower. He's not that blind, but he's blinder than he was 10 seconds ago. And he doesn't have a bank. Scarlett going to take down the young phenom here. The French phenom, Clem. It's looking, she's looking very, very strong. Is this game over yet? No. But it's 29,000 resources lost for Scarlett to 21,000 for Clem, which is, you know, ZVT style stuff. At about 20 minutes. But look at this. Scarlett, okay, doesn't have much of a bank either. Did have a bank, but just made 33 banelings. So, yeah, she's maxed out. And Clem's at 170 supply. I'm gonna, okay, so double Nidus at the 12 o'clock here. Natural base and the main base. This is in vision of Clem. So she's like, go deal with that. And then I'll attack you with the front, but Clem's like, nah. Those Niduses are they're a ploy. They're a feint. Except they're not, actually. Oh, that's a lot of dead tanks, man. Dude, keeping this tank count low against lurkers is so good. Yeah, so these lurkers are like, I guess if you're not going to respond to this, then we're just going to kill stuff. Dude, denying that +3 vehicle attack would be amazing. Orbital. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tried to save it. Tried to save it. Lurkers, no. Ghosts respond to the lurkers. The armory stays alive, and the vehicle weapons level 3 will finish. Top left, lurkers, banelings, planetary. This is an undefended base. I mean, they're planetary, but still. Effectively undefended. Keeping these banelings alive. Scarlett, so smart. I would have been like, banelings, go! Kill the planetary. And Scarlett said, I don't need them to kill the planetary. The lurkers and the hydras and the lings are doing a fantastic job of that. We'll just pull back, thanks. More Nidus shenanigans. Lings coming out to kind of keep the ghosts away. Because ghosts kind of suck against Zerglings a little bit. That's a dead lurker, though. Yeah. So nothing crazy there. But Scarlett just has the whole map. She has the whole map. She's keeping this tank count low. Okay, there's 10 of them remaining, but she's killed 24. That's pretty good. Clem chasing this Hydra army away. Once again, if there aren't any lurkers or banes or lings to support. Look at this lurker. I'm one of you guys, I swear. Blah. Single lurker denying, reestablishing this top left base for Clem. He's already got his 5th base back, though. He hasn't tried to expand this way, which is going to get hard as the creep keeps spreading to that 3 o'clock position. So yeah, Scarlett looking fine. Her army is a lot smaller than Clem's right now, which isn't great, but the income tab looks like this right now. So the longer that happens, the worse it's going to be for Clem. That is as deep red an income tab as you're going to see for a while. Oof, Medevac almost died. I mean, are there any hiders? Yeah, there's some hiders in this group. Group spread pushing left, and here comes Clem down the left side too. Yeah, I'm a bit under the weather today, so most of you are going to see this in May, and you're going to be like, Falcon, are you sick? And I'll say, yes, I was. Back to like the first week of April, but I'm much better by May. I certainly hope I am anyway. It just feels like a cold, just some congestion and a bit of a sore throat and some sneezing and stuff. I'll be all right. More ghosts. Hey, drilling claw. Oh, better late than never. We're going Widow Mines, boys. Clem going for them Widow Mines. I like it a lot. Now, this could be a game where Scarlett just gets way more income than Clem does, but loses because of not cost-efficient trades over and over again in a 30-minute game. Clem trying to put some pressure up. Just, you know, anything to keep Scarlett from showing up with another maxed out Lingbane Hydra Lurker army, right? Where do you want to go? Man, that's a pretty tank-defended style base. The top left is pretty open. Although it is being... There we go. Clem covering it. Lurkers burrowing in, but the scan and the siege tanks from distance say, no! No, Lurkers. You're not establishing on this high ground. Dude, how many Lurkers have died today? 27 and 11 ghosts have been killed. Yeah, I think ghosts... Look, I know that ghosts get outranged by Lurker spines. We're seeing it here. But Lurkers don't two-shot ghosts, and ghosts two-shot Lurkers. And I just think they come out on top more often than not. Not all the time. I'm not saying that ghosts are overpowered, because they're not. They're just good. I just think they kill more Lurkers than Lurkers kill them traditionally. Overall in ZVTs. 32 Lurkers have now died. 32. Ay caramba. Yeah, look at this. More. Oh, dude. Clem is getting the upper hand here a bit. I mean, Scarlett has a bigger bank, which is going to help quite a bit here. I don't like this. Isn't even a source. I don't know about this attack from Scarlett. I really don't. You spent a lot of stuff to kill a planetary there, which is like, okay. I'm not going to complain about it, but why? There's no mining. Okay, there are 26 gas left at this base. 26. All right. Scarlett really wants this thing to die, and I just don't agree with it. Maybe it was so she could get a Lurker up here on the top left and harass a bit, but... So look, I think Scarlett is making some bad trades here. She's making some bad decisions. But she still has a bank and Clem doesn't. And then that really counts for a lot in StarCraft. If you have a 2,700 mineral bank with 8,000 gas and your opponent's got under 1,000 minerals and around 1,000 gas, you're just going to win that game more often. Oh my gosh, 36 Lurkers dead. No ghosts have died since the last time I said the ghost death total, which is 11. Boom, boom, boom. Couple Niduses coming up on her own property here from Scarlett. And denying this base would be a massive win, but she's got to pull back. More Lurkers dying. Snipety snipe, snipe, snipe. Nidus has come up and put some fear. Oh, he scans, though. Clem sees. He's like, okay, you just put Lurkers here. They're not in my main base or anything. That's fine. That's totally acceptable. No freaking out for me at all. Enhanced Shockwave coming in, Pathogen Glands, and a Greater Spire. Scarlett's like, okay, I gotta try something else here. Maybe Broodlords. maybe a little bit of fungal action. Coming up the ramp again. I mean, jumping on top of these ghosts so they can't throw down snipes as much as they want to is pretty good, but nice micro back there from Clem. Blinding Cloud getting tossed down, a couple tanks die, but reinforcing units from the top side coming in, and suddenly the bank sizes seem really similar. Look, Scarlett has a ton of gas, but come on. Without minerals, gas is useless. Really, really bad. More snipes. 11 ghosts have died, and 47 lurkers have gone down. Oh, some ghosts died there for sure. 12 ghosts have died. 25 minutes into the match. And Clem trying to take this base that Scarlett's trying to take over here at the 9 o'clock. We are fighting over the same location. And Scarlett's not really in a position. There we go. She keeps coming in and out of position to defend this. She's in a position now. Liberator up. There's only one, though, so, like, what? Are you just sacking this? Okay. I mean, it's largely a ghost army here. It's 18 ghosts, 13 marines. And to make sure there's 17 tanks, but only 2 tanks on location here now. Blinding Cloud on the tanks. Okay, again, tacking into a pretty entrenched position. Liberator dies. Blinding Cloud positioning is really good from Scarlett, though, but reinforcements come in. Killing another ghost there, but snipes on the way out. That is the way of the ghost. They can hit you when your back is turned. Cause you all sorts of problems. So, Scarlett still has a bigger bank, but it's not nearly as big as it was. 7 infestors on the way. Neural Parasite coming in. Like a Neural Parasite and EMP on fellow ghosts would be a pretty hot move to keep those infestors from getting EMP'd themselves. Also, Broodlords. I don't know about this. I like Broodlords, but they're just so slow, and Snipe's really good against them, but if you can fungal the ghosts so they can't channel the Snipe spell, then suddenly Broodlords are so much better. But then if the ghost can EMP the infestors before they get fungaled, right, it's turtles all the way down. Yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying this game. This is great. Also check out FalconPaladin.store for your merch needs. We have hats, hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, pillows, all sorts of cool stuff. Widow Mine's getting some work done and then instantly dying. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Neural Parasite, +1 flyer attack on the way. And every base on the map has been taken. At 28 minutes, Hardwire. It is honestly... It's not often we get a Hardwire game where every base has been taken because there are so many bases. Alright, so this is the snipes. Yeah, see that? A couple of Broodlords dying. Broodlings chomping on ghosts can provide that interrupt to the spell channeling we were talking about earlier. Don't walk into missile turrets, dummies! Oh, we lost a Broodlord. We lost 2 Broodlords to missile turrets. That seems bad, but there are no Vikings there. Oh, there are Vikings. There are no Thors abducting ghosts into the group. Still so many ghosts behind, though. Infestors. Oh, EMP. EMP catches 3 of the infestors. There's another one there with enough energy for a fungal. The fungal does go down on the dudes. This base has to retreat. That's a big-time victory for Scarlett, and Clem doesn't have any money left. He needs this base of income if he's going to win this game, and I don't know if he can hold it. 20 SCVs die. I'm not sure how much Clem cares about SCVs at this stage of the game. He's got enough orbitals kind of hanging around that he should be okay. And also bases are getting mined out anyway. Okay, just donating some lings, I guess. That's not exactly what we want to be doing with your lings there. And trying to expand here. Snipe on an Overseer, but there's another one here, ghosts. Gotta watch out for that. Unsieging the tank so no friendly fire splash happens. It's 117 to 106 supply. Clem has technically a bigger army, but Scarlett's income is continuing to be red today. Except for the fact that it's moving up into Clem's side a little bit more every minute here. As he does have this 9 o'clock position, which is kind of mining out, though. Changelings coming down the ramp. Clem on top of those imposters. for sure. I don't know how many of you guys are on Reddit, but if you saw our subreddit place, like the last week of March-ish and the first week of April, they brought back place. It was originally happening in 2017. Anyway, fungal! Nice fungal catch there. Ghosts can't do much when they're being fungal, but the fungal doesn't last forever. I don't know if you need this many siege tanks, though. The Broodlords kind of own those, but the siege tanks are constantly firing away. Firing away, firing away. Well, the reason I brought up place is because the Among Us fans are putting little tiny Among Us astronauts into existing artwork on place. So much so that you couldn't really notice it unless you zoomed in really far. Hilarious stuff. Like, hats off to the Among Us fans. One of the more creative aspects of our place that I saw. Anyway, going for it. More any fungals here? Not really. The Broodlord. There's a fungal. That's a gorgeous fungal. More chain fungaling in there. Ghost count is falling a little bit. By that I mean there's 14, 11. There have been 31 ghosts would have been killed here. Nice EMP from the low ground to the high ground with the scan. 170 to 134 supply. Scarlett did lose this left side base, though, and is replanting it for what feels like the 6th time, possibly. Long-distance gas mining. I mean, it's not that she needs all this gas, but keeping him away from the gas, keeping Clem away from the gas, is a good way to do this thing. Is this getting an epic tag? What a great CVT this is. I did not expect Scarlett to be able to hang this well, but you know what? She's got it in her. She's got the ability to beat somebody like Clem in a ZVT, without a doubt. You've seen her highlights from previous Premier tournaments. Yep, Lurkers, okay, keeping those ghosts away. That was a win for the Lurkers. The Spore providing detection, so Cloak doesn't help it much here. Clem's just going to not bother cloaking. Use that energy for snipes instead. Nice snipe on the Lurker. This is insane. Army supply 115 to 117. Scarlett. Income just creeping up into Clem's side of things a little bit. But once this base pops, that's going to help. Siege tanks fired away at this left side base again, though. Lurkers need to get out. Siege tank count is currently 9. Broodlord count is heavy all of a sudden. There's 16 Broodlords. I don't know, like... It takes a lot for me to say. EMP catches 3 of the ghosts. EMP back, though. Takes a lot for me to say there aren't enough ghosts to handle these Broodlords, but, like, this might be enough Broodlords to handle these ghosts, which is not something I say all the time. Trying to go for some of that tank pickup, that tank micro. Nice fungals. Beautiful fungals. We need more fungals in TVZ, Zerg fans, don't we? This planetary's in a lot of trouble, but the ghosts are still alive on that right side, getting abducted into closer positions where they can snipe from closer in. The Broodlord count is getting decimated. The Corruptors are fighting against the Medivacs, so they can't heal the ghosts endlessly. Is he pulling back? And he's... the caustic spray, the planetary down. This is not the final income for Clem, but it's close. Nice fungal growth again. Absolutely insane army value, 81 to 74. The Broodlord count is only 5. Lings rolling around the backside. The ghosts are like, no, not Zerglings. No, 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 no. That's not what we want here at all. Snipes are good. And more Broodlords dying. Fungal says you can't snipe anymore. This is such an incredible back and forth battle right now. 62 to 68 army supply. Clem is up, trying to go for some Thor micro against these Broodlords. Hot stuff here from Clem. Army value, more infestors on the way from Scarlett. She decides she needs more spellcasting in this. Siege tank shutting down mining at this base again. This is absolute 100 billion% insanity right now. Can Clem win this? He's only down about 20 supply. Okay, 30 supply. But the ghosts are cost efficient, and killing queens is not that hard. I don't even know what this is. Single Zergling? No. Oh, friendly Zerglings. Tank down. Okay, so small Ling harassments. Distracting Clem a bit, hopefully. Says Scarlett. Gonna make more Broodlords. Has 4. Has lost a total of 27. I don't think I've seen 27 Broodlords die in a ZVT in years. Scarlett bringing out the old school Infestor Broodlord strats, which if you don't know what those are, maybe you weren't around for Wings of Liberty, which is possible because that was 12 years ago now, and like maybe some of you were not even born yet. I don't know how many 12-year-olds are watching the StarCraft 2 channel, but you know, there's got to be at least one. Someone's watching with their dad or their mom who's a StarCraft fan, right? With their parental figure. Dude, the harassment of Clem on this left side base, this is all we've been doing for the last 5 minutes, is sitting here watching this battle. Just watching it. And remember when I was like, I think there's enough Broodlords to handle the ghosts? That was wrong. There were not. There's only 6 Broodlords now and 11 ghosts. So that's even a worse ratio than the last time. But there are more Infestors, but then the EMPs, and they're all clumped up. And Fungal EMP, though. God, a Fungal only kills 2 ghosts, and the EMP knocks several of these Infestors out. Knocks them out for a long time. Are they ever going to get enough energy to throw down another Fungal? The energy regeneration is so slow. Excuse me. EMP, it's dynamite. EMP, and I will not fight. EMP, gonna go. EMP, watch me explode. Marines sneak into a corner. One of them dies from getting fungled to death. I don't know that I've seen a game in a long time that was as this focused on this one thing. All right, hatch down again. Fungal's too late. Trying to eat up this Thor here. It's 102 to 100 supply. This is insane. This is absolutely insane, StarCraft 2. Fungal whiffs. That's okay. There have been some really money Fungals thus far. Fungal, 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 Fungal. Got it. That's a... See, that right there? Money Fungal. Delicious money Fungal. But the Broodlords, not there to capitalize. Snipe's good, except when you're getting fungled and you're getting smashed in the face by spine crawlers. That counts as damage too. Nice sneaky Infestor! Sneaky Infestor. Banelings do not connect. Scarlett trying to go off creep with those. APMs are insane. Over 400 for both players right now. They're both very fast players. Some of the higher APM players in the world at the moment. I was not expecting this level of insanity. I kept expecting to see Clem, like, go for an attack on the right side, but I don't know if it's worth it for him. He can deny a base over here just fine while protecting his own base just fine. So this... it suits him to be here. It's just this is his home now. So 66 ghosts have now died. 32 Broodlords. Only 5 Infestors have died. That's actually kind of amazing. Thor... trying to do fancy Thor drop shenanigans. Just kidding. Just gonna walk back home. Fungal. A Neural Parasite, though. You have Neural. I don't know if any of your Infestors have enough energy for a Neural Parasite, however. It sure seems like they don't, does it? Yeah, they don't. Okay. EMP. Good spell. Great spell here. Scarlett still got that money on the right side, but really needs this money to survive and to win this game, because this is getting mined out. The income is creeping up there into the blue, as we can see. Is Clem gonna win this game? The EMP, oh, beautiful. Splits one ghost off, throws the EMP down on the group. Another great one, and then snipes too. Broodlords losing a little bit of patience. Oh, another sneaky Fungal from that back side. Ghost, good pre-split there. Not even a pre-split, that's on the fly split. Another great Fungal, another great Fungal. The ghost count is falling. There's 2 ghosts remaining. Marines charging in from the bottom right side. These tanks are in trouble, but the Marines are a good answer to this. Fungal them. Fungal. The Marines are not actually good against Broodlords. Nice micro to get them out of range so the Marines can't hit them with anything. The ghost count is 2. The Thor's gonna finally... no, the Thor survives. The Thor survives. No, got 30 kills. It's a 30-kill Thor right now. This is insane. Trying to go for some Broodlord micro. The Thors outrange you. You gotta watch out for that. Some drones moving into a war zone. Fungal again. Broodlord's trying to fight another great Fungal again. Can she hold on? It's 54 to 32 army supply. Her production tab is empty. It needs to be something right now. She's got 400 minerals and 3,000 gas. She needs to be producing something in the moment. She cannot let Clem have this base, and I think Clem might just get this base. The Thors and the Marines, 4 more ghosts have joined the party. Another one is on the way. The Infestors need to have enough energy for Neurals, I think. Neural Parasite on these Thors would be hot, but it takes so long to regenerate your energy after you get EMP'd. Producing more Infestors. Scarlett's going more and more Infestors here. And this is Clem ready to go. Take the newest, richest source of income. Neural Parasite. Nope, not enough energy for that. Sneaking around. Dude, if Clem gets this, income is favoring Clem, and not by a whole lot. Because, like, there's not much income for anybody right now. There we go. Clem's taking this base that he's fought so hard to get. Just casually wandering in and EMPing. Oh, whiff on the fungal. Another Broodlord dies. Why are there drones up there? And that's a GG! Clem is your winner. Absolutely crazy match. 41 minutes. Clem, his income was horrible for so long. And the ghosts were efficient, man. They were cost efficient. He ended up losing 79 of them, which doesn't feel incredibly cost efficient, but 38 Broodlords, 56 Lurkers, and 14 Infestors died, and that was largely ghost. Maybe some tanks on those Lurkers, for sure. Yeah, I mean, her army is largely Infestor, but they keep getting EMP'd by sick micro from Clem. And so, I mean, the energy levels are just not great. It shows 82 for all of them. That's probably a glitch. They don't all have 82 energy exactly. But not enough energy for a Neural. I don't think we saw a Neural here today. So Clem sat here for like 10 minutes. Just low ground, firing tanks, pulling back when necessary, when the Fungal's tank splitting, moving back, using Ghost to snipe down Lurkers and Broodlords, using Thors to do that too. Crazy. There's a nuke actually here for Clem that he never ended up using, which I would have loved to see. That would have been a nice punctuation mark on this game. But yeah, at the end of the day here, it was 16 Infestors and 8 Broodlord. So Scarlett didn't have enough army to win this thing. Which is too bad, because I kind of feel like a Ling, like just a big Ling Bane run in here, right? Just getting a full surround on all of this stuff would have killed it. I don't know, the Infestor, kind of overmaking Infestors, I think. They're support units. They're not supposed to be your main army, right? Wow. Resources lost here, 108,000 for Scarlett. 108,000. Man. That's crazy. When's the last time I saw an over 100,000 resources lost number in a game? Not last year. I don't think so. Maybe 2019, maybe 2020, maybe. But absolutely crazy ZVT. Super, super fun. I mean, Clem lost 80,000 resources, and he doesn't look that bad. That's how crazy this game is. 84 drones down, 5 hatcheries killed, 5 planetaries, a command center, 3 orbitals, and 96 SCVs died. Fantastic. Epic levels, EVT. Scarlett had it and kind of lost it. And maybe a couple of mistakes, right? Just too many Infestors, not enough other stuff there. It's hard. It is hard on the fly. Super hard. All right. Well, that is going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.